I'm Andy Holmes, and this is High Stakes, the final. Welcome to High Stakes, the final, TV's only inter-college test of knowledge, the show where two teams stake how successful their team members will be in a battle of intellect. We've reached the final and are back with the two winning teams from the semis, Richard Taunton and Worthing. Richard Taunton, congratulations on reaching the final. Who have we got in your team today?
Joe.
And Connie.
Ben.
And Catherine.
Well, Joe, Connie, Ben and Catherine, best of luck. See how you get on. Of course, you are the defending champion, so a lot rides on this for your college. We'll see how you're getting on. Meanwhile, Worthing, welcome back, George. Who's in your team today?
I'm George.
I'm Anis.
Andrew. I'm Stephen.
Well, great to see you guys as well. So those are the two teams. Let's get on with the quiz. As it's the final, I'm feeling extra generous. And I'm going to put 50 points on both colleges' scoreboards. So there we go, 50 points on the board. That's good to see. Just like before, in each round, I'm going to give you a category. You must then choose the most suitable member of your team to enter the challenge zone. You'll then stake points on your teammate, depending on how well you think they will do. If your teammate wins, your stake is then added to your points. If they lose the round, your stake is deducted. So stake wisely. Time for round one. So you must now decide which of your team will answer questions on the subject of humanities. Remember, no player can enter the challenge zone more than once in the head-to-head rounds. So who's it to be? You've got 10 seconds to decide, starting now. Time's up then. Richard Taunton, who's going to be your first player?
Me.
Catherine is going to go first. And Worthing?
Me.
So, Catherine and Anis, can you leave your team areas, please? Now it's time to stake your points on your chosen teammate. But first of all, I can tell you that the questions we're asking are going to be on Greek mythologies. Again, in each round, you're limited to staking a maximum of 20 points. Remember, high stakes mean high rewards. So you've got 10 seconds as ever on the clock to decide, starting now. Time's up. We'll find out your stakes at the end of the round. Now it's time, though, of course, for your teammates to enter the challenge zone. So, Anis, you're here in the final.
I
High
am.
Stakes 2015. Did
We
you
are.
think you'd get here?
Do you know what? Yeah, I did.
You
I
did?
Yep, I'm an optimist.
That's good. Keep that going through life, and it's good to see some confidence going into this. You might need it because it's quite a tough round, this one, we think, but we'll see. Catherine, did you think you'd be here today?
Oh, well, everyone keeps reminding us we're the defending champions, so...
Oh, that's right. You're the defending champions, aren't you?
Yes.
So, all the pressure's on you.
Entirely.
Well, in fact, we're going to spread the pressure out between the two of you. Either of you can answer the questions, of course. If you don't know the answer, just pass. 90 seconds are on the clock, and the 90 seconds start now. What can Pegasus do?
Fly.
That's the right answer. What animals did Medusa have for hair?
Snake.
Correct. Who was queen of gods?
Athena.
Catherine?
I would have said Athena.
The answer is Hera. Who is the sensual goddess of love and beauty?
Athena.
Aphrodite.
That's the right answer. What city is named after Athena?
Athens.
Correct. How many labourers did Hercules have?
12.
That's the right answer, Anis. Well done. In the Odyssey, what is the name of the type of monster
Oh no.
with one eye?
No.
Cyclops.
That's the right answer. What happens when Hercules chops off one of the Hydra's heads?
It grows back.
I've got it grows two more on the screen.
Oh.
I think we'll have to see about that one. What is a demigod?
A half god, half human.
Correct. The land of the dead is known as what?
The underworld.
That's the right answer, Anis. Well done. How many giants were there in ancient Greece?
2.
3.
The answer is 24. Name one of the three things Poseidon was the god of.
The sea.
That's the right answer. You could also have had the horses and the earthquakes. What are the elder gods also known as?
Titans.
Correct. Before they flew, what did Daedalus tell Icarus?
Not to go too close to the sun or the sea.
That is correct. And name the three-headed dog guarding the entrance to Hades?
Cerberus.
That's the right answer, Anis, but unfortunately it wasn't quite quick enough. Thank you very much, though, for playing. Please return to your teams. So, Richard Taunton, defending champions back in the final this year, and Catherine, do you think you made a strong start there?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. You got yourself 7 points, so well done. Anis, meanwhile, in the final, fairly confident, an optimistic sort of person.
Yeah.
You're optimistic you did well in that round?
Yes, but possibly not quite as well.
Possibly not quite as well is fairly accurate. You got yourself 4 points.
Ooh.
So, now's the key point, of course. How much faith did your team have in you? Let's have a look. Richard Taunton, how much did you stake on Catherine? 10 points. And Worthing, what did you stake?
It's 10 points.
A solid 10 points again. So, if we look at the scores at the end of the round, we've got a clear winner at this point, but there's plenty of time for teams to play catch-up. In last place at the moment with 40 points, it's Worthing College. Ahead at the moment with 60, it's Richard Taunton College. So we have an early leader, but let's hope they don't get too confident and fly too close to the sun like Icarus did. Time for round 2, where the category is TV and film. So you have 10 seconds to decide who your expert is going to be on this one, starting now. Time's up. Richard Taunton, who have you chosen?
I will be going up.
Ben is going to head up. Well, best of luck to you in a second, Ben. Meanwhile, Worthing.
George.
George is going to step up. OK, Ben and George, please leave your teams. Now it's time to decide on your stakes. Before you do that, though, I can tell you that the questions in this round are all going to be on soaps. Don't forget, the most you can stake is 20 points. Remember, high stakes mean high rewards. You have 10 seconds on the clock to decide, which start now. That's all the time we've got for now. We'll find out your stakes later. Now, though, it's time for your teammates to enter the challenge zone. So, Ben,
Yeah?
in our semi-final, you were left behind and not able to answer questions in the final. You looking to make up for it today?
Hopefully, yeah.
Watch many soaps?
No.
Well, you may struggle. George, you strike me as a soap man.
No. No, I'm a big film person. I was like, yes, I can do this. Then soaps came up and I was like,
I agree.
OK, so limited expectations, but from the smallest acorn often the biggest tree can grow. So we'll see what happens. George and Ben, as ever, 90 seconds on the clock. And your time starts now. Who is the longest serving character in EastEnders?
Dot.
It's Ian Beale. What TV network is Emmerdale on?
ITV,
Correct. What is the pub called in Coronation Street?
The Rover.
Rover's Return,
Rover's Return is the full answer, thank you. Which TV soap character was played by Leslie Grantham until 2005?
Avocado,
Ben?
No idea.
It's Den Watts, Dirty Den. In which British soap, or British city rather, is the TV soap Hollyoaks set?
no, pass.
Chester.
Sorry.
In EastEnders, what is Dot's last name?
Brannon.
You said it earlier on, didn't you? Anyway, it's Dot Cotton. Where is Coronation Street set?
London,
Ben?
No idea.
The answer we're looking for is Manchester or Weatherfield. Who killed Lucy Beale?
Is it Tommy? Tom?
George?
no clue.
It's Bobby Beale. What is the surname of Chastity, Marlon and Shadrach in TV soap Emmerdale?
No idea.
Pass.
I'm looking for Dingle. In which TV soap did pop stars Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan appear together?
Hollyoaks,
The answer's Neighbours. Who won Best British Soap in 2014 at the British Soap Awards?
EastEnders.
Hollyoaks. Michelle Keegan won what award at the British Soap Awards 2014?
Best Actress.
It was Sexiest Female, I'm afraid. You thought you'd struggle in the round. It looks like you have. But George and Ben, thank you for playing. Please return to your teams. Well, Ben, you weren't able to play in the final because you were sold for points and seconds. I wonder if that'll happen to you this time. You were worth a lot last time, not so much this time. I'm afraid you only scored no points.
Yay.
George, on the other hand, more of a film fan than a soap fan?
Yes.
How do you think you did?
By the sounds of it, I did all right. So.
Well, depends what you mean by all right. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
I gave myself a solid 4.5.
Well, it was a solid 2 that won you the round.
Okay.
Who knew that would happen? Anyway, how confident were your team in your abilities? Let's find out. Richard Taunton, how much did you stake?
10.
A solid 10. Again, Worthing?
Stake 5.
Not too confident in your captain. Just 5 points staked there. Okay, so let's have a look at the scores after the second round there, where it's narrow. It's very tight early doors here. 45 points for Worthing College, but just about in the lead with 50 points, it's Richard Taunton. After soaps, it's time to wipe the slate clean and move on to round 3. And this is quite apt, considering the name of the show is High Stakes, as the category is food and drink. You know what you're doing by now. Pick one of your 2 remaining players. You've got 10 seconds to decide. That time starts now. So Richard Taunton, who's your food and drink expert?
That'd be me.
Captain Joe is stepping forward. Okay, and Worthing?
That'd be me.
Andrew. Okay, Andrew and Joe, please leave the team area. It's now time to stake, but before you do that, I can tell you that the questions in this round are all about world foods. Will they influence how much you want to stake? We'll find out. Your 10 seconds to decide on your stakes start now. Time's up, so players, please make your way to the challenge zone. Now, Captain Joe, when we saw you a couple of weeks ago, I don't recall you did particularly well in your round.
No, I haven't done very well at all so far, so
Do you think the rest of your team have carried you to this stage?
yes, I'm proud of my team.
Well, now is the time for you to
Yeah.
get back and lead by example a bit. Andrew, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling all right at the moment. Yeah,
Well, I suppose you do eat food and drink every
Oh,
day,
yeah.
so you should have a chance.
yeah, hopefully.
Well, we'll see. 90 seconds on the clock on world foods. And those 90 seconds start now. What type of fruit are Granny Smith and Gala brands of?
Apple,
It's the right answer, well done. The rice dish paella comes from what country?
Spain,
Correct. Deer meat is known by what name?
Venison,
Correct. What food is used as the base of guacamole?
avocados,
Correct. What is the sweet substance made by bees?
honey,
Correct. The Pizza Hut franchise began in what country?
America,
That's the right answer. Starchy foods such as pasta and bread are found in which food group?
carbohydrates,
That's the right answer again, well done. What is the popular food used to carve jack-o'-lanterns during Halloween?
pumpkins,
Correct. Chocolate, marble and bunt are types of what?
chocolate,
cake,
And- That's the right answer. What is the main ingredient of hummus? It's chickpeas. What is tofu made of?
fish. No, not fish.
no, pass,
Soybeans. Which country does Parmesan cheese originate from?
Italy,
Correct. What type of cake is traditionally eaten at Christmas time in Italy? I was looking for panettone for that one. From which country does feta cheese originate?
Italy,
Spain,
It's Greece. Fajitas are widely eaten in which country?
Mexico,
Correct. Which nuts are used to make marzipan? I'm looking for almonds. Which vegetable is zucchini better known as? I'm afraid my fault for stumbling slightly there, but we can't let you answer that one. The answer was courgette. Andrew and Joe, thank you very much for playing. Please return to your teams. Captain Joe, You were worried you were not leading by example up to this point and your team had carried you a little bit. Do you think you've got back in their good books there?
No.
You're quite right. You only scored 3 points, I'm afraid. Meanwhile, over here, Andrew, you're smiling. It's good to see.
Oh, what can I say? I must eat a lot.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get the points as long as you get them. 8 points scored, so well done to you there. But did your teammates think that you would cut the mustard in that round on food and drink? Let's find out. Richard Taunton, how much did you stake?
10.
10 points again. And Worthing?
We did 5.
Went for 5. OK, so at the end of round 3, let's check on our scores. And it's looking interesting again. It's neck and neck up to this point. They were in the lead before, but now they're back down with 40 points. It's Richard Taunton College. Meanwhile, forging ahead, but only slightly, with 50 points. Worthing College. And time for round 4. As it's the final head-to-head round, of course, it's Connie and Stephen, whether you like it or not, taking a turn this time. And we're talking sport. So you can't choose your teammates, but you can choose your stakes. So, Connie and Stephen, can you please leave the team area? Now it's time to stake. All the questions for this round, whether this will help or not, we don't know, but they're on football. So you've got 10 seconds to decide what your stakes will be, starting now. And your time's up, so players, please make your way to the challenge zone. Connie, guess what I'm going to ask you about?
Is it my hair?
It might be your hair, yes, it's still blue.
It is, yeah.
You've had a couple of weeks to change it and you haven't.
Again, I've been very lazy.
Have you been spotting up on football-related questions?
No.
It's a shame, because if you had, you might have won this round. Stephen, we've seen you up here before. We've seen you drag your team, kicking and screaming, through last week.
Yeah.
Do you think you can do the same again today?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm quite an avid football watcher. So.
OK, what's your team?
Support Arsenal.
Oh, well, OK.
Hope for an FA Cup again. Maybe Premier League. We'll see.
We will see what happens. 90 seconds, it's a bit like 90 minutes. Will you last the pace or will you need a super sub? We shall find out. Stephen and Connie, 90 seconds are on the clock. Best of luck. Here we go. Who won the Barclays Premier League in the 2013?
City.
That's the right answer, Manchester City. Who won the 2014 World Cup?
Germany.
Correct. Who famously had a football boot kicked at his head by Sir Alex Ferguson?
Pass.
David Beckham. Elton John is associated with which football club?
Manchester United?
Everton.
It's Watford. England play their home games at which iconic stadium?
Wembley.
Correct. Other than Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United, who else has won the Premier League?
Blackburn Rovers.
That's the right answer, well done. Which English footballer received a 12-match ban before having the chance to play for Marseille in 2012?
Joey Barton.
That's the right answer. What team does Prince William support?
Aston Villa.
Correct. What was the name of the World Cup song released by Anton Deck in 2002?
Come on, England.
Connie?
No.
We're on the ball. Cristiano Ronaldo is of what nationality?
Portuguese.
Correct. Who is Gary Neville's brother?
Phil Neville.
Correct. Gareth Bale joined Real Madrid from which club?
Tottenham Hotspur.
That's the right answer again. What club are nicknamed the Toffees?
Everton.
Correct. Which football player is famous for performing the robot after scoring a goal?
Peter Crouch.
That's the right answer. Ashley Cole left Chelsea to join which Italian team?
AS Roma.
It's the right answer. Who sponsors the English Premier League in 2014?
Barclays.
You've just got in there in time, Stephen, I think. Unlucky, Connie. You're up against a very good opponent there.
Like the worst
Stephen
one.
Stephen and Connie, thank you very much for playing. Please return to your seats. Well, I think if that was a football game, it would be Arsenal versus Accrington Stanley, unfortunately. There was quite a gap, but Connie, well done for winning. I'm joking.
That's so cruel.
How do you think you did?
I think I did great.
Are you feeling as blue as your hair right now?
Very, very blue.
Well, it's the taking part that counts. You didn't add to your team's score, I'm
No.
afraid. You got no points. Stephen,
It was about the best category I could get.
it
Very happy
really
with
was.
that.
It was
Yeah.
your wheelhouse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it's a bit like, you know, the potential banana skin in the FA Cup
Yeah.
third round.
Not
You-
over to the fat lady sins.
Exactly. You could have had a heavy
much
pitch,
fun.
but you got through it. And you got yourself 13 points. So well done. But let's check the stakes, see whether your teammates had as much confidence. Richard Taunton,
5.
just the 5. Probably just as well. Worthing College
15.
went for 15. OK. So let's see how that affects the scores. And it affects them quite a lot. At the end of round 4, Richard Taunton College are sick as a parrot on 35 points. But over the moon are our current winners, Worthing College on 65 points. It's now time to play the 5th and final round to see who will be crowned the high stakes champions for 2015. The category for the final round is, of course, general knowledge. The points you've earned so far have been converted into seconds. But of course, there's the high stakes twist. Throughout the show, we've kept a beady eye on all of you and have given you individual values. You can choose to trade up to 3 of your players in exchange for more seconds, but of course, they won't be able to take part in the round. So let's reveal those values. Richard Taunton, currently with 35 points, which means 35 seconds in the challenge zone. Catherine, you're worth 20 seconds. Ben, 10 seconds. Connie, 5 seconds. And Joe, 15. Now, last time, of course, you decided to leave Ben on the sidelines. Have a think about what you want to do this time. Meanwhile, Worthing, 65 points, so 65 seconds. Looks on paper quite a lot. Stephen, you're worth 20 seconds. Andrew, you've got the value of 15 seconds. Anis, 5. And George, 10. So, what do you think? You've got 10 seconds to decide if you'd like to sell any members of your team. Who stays? Who goes? You decide. So let's see who is going to be in the final round. Richard Taunton, first of all. Are you selling anyone this time?
Yeah, we're selling me and Ben.
So, Captain Joe and Ben again.
Sorry,
You've
Ben.
had an unlucky streak, really, haven't you? 60 seconds now for Connie and Catherine to get as many questions right in our final in the challenge zone. So we'll see how you get on in a minute. Worthing, meanwhile, you're on 65 to start with. Are you going to sell anyone?
Yes, we're going to sell myself and Andrew.
So, George and Andrew are disappearing, which means your overall score will be 90 seconds. So you have 90 seconds to play with. So, for possibly the final time, Worthing College, because you have the most seconds, can you please, with just the 2 of you, of course, Anis and Stephen, please leave to enter the challenge zone. Worthing College, Stephen and Anis.
Here we
Stephen,
are.
first of all, we've seen you up here before. Is it nice to have some company?
Yeah, at least if we do lose, I can share the blame. So it's not all resting on me.
Divide and conquer, as they say. Okay, Anis,
Here
happy
I
to
am.
be there?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I am.
That's good. Well, you've been optimistic throughout, so let's hope that continues. You do have 90 seconds. It's quite a lot of time. Remember, of course, if you don't know the answer, pass. And the person who's going to speak needs to press the buzzer. Always remember that. But here we go. 90 seconds are on the clock. Best of luck from all of us at High Stakes as we start this final round on general knowledge. And we start it now. In Holiday Bingo, what number is referred to as doctor's orders?
Pass.
9. In darts, how much is the outer ball worth?
Double.
It's 25. How many yards are there between the wickets in a game of cricket?
12.
22. Who was the author of Peter Rabbit?
Beatrix Potter.
It's correct. How many lines does a limerick have?
5.
Correct. What is the largest planet in the solar system?
Jupiter.
Correct. What is the capital of America?
Washington.
Correct. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Great Britain?
Margaret Thatcher.
That's the right answer. What is the national capital city of Canada?
Warsaw.
Ottawa. Which famous girl band did Victoria Beckham belong to?
Spice Girls.
That's the right answer. In Roald Dahl's famous book, what do the letters BFG stand for?
Big Friendly Giant.
Correct. What is the name of the group that had a hit with Ruby in 2007?
Kaiser Chiefs.
Correct. In the film E.T., who played the role of Elliot's little sister Gertie?
Pass.
Drew Barrymore. In the game Monopoly, what colour is Piccadilly?
Pass.
Yellow. What is the name given to a triangle where all the sides are of different length?
Scalene.
Correct. What is the largest island in the world?
Japan.
Greenland. What is the name given to an animal that eats plants only?
Herbivore.
It would have been herbivore, but we just ran out of time. Stephen and Anis, you found a bit of strength in numbers in the two of you there. We'll find out how you got on in a minute, but thank you very much for playing. Please return to your teams. So we've seen how Worthing College will do. How about our reigning champions, Richard Taunton? Back up there with 60 seconds on the clock, but just 2 players. Will that work out for them? Well, possibly for the final time. Can you please leave your team area ready to make your way into the challenge zone? Connie, you're smiling. Catherine, you're looking a little bit apprehensive. Does that sum up the mood? Nervous smile. What have you got to be nervous about?
We've got 60 seconds.
You're in the high stakes final.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. You've only got 60 seconds, but there's 2 heads, hopefully better than 1. And as long as there aren't any football questions, Connie, you're going to be fine.
Yes.
And Catherine, just pleased to be here?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, well, let's put 60 seconds onto the clock. And on behalf of all of us here at High Stakes, best of luck in this final round. And the 60 seconds starts now. In Germany, what type of food is Stollen?
A Christmas cake or New Year cake.
Cake is the answer I've got. Which well-known brand uses the motto, just do it?
Nike.
Correct. Which car manufacturer brought in the 3-wheeler Robin car model in 1973?
Pass.
Reliant. What kind of animal is a lurcher?
Pass.
It's a dog. What colour is the northern line on the modern London Underground map?
Blue.
It's black. Which internal organ secretes insulin into the body?
Pancreas.
Correct. What are rats unable to do which makes them highly susceptible to poison?
Pass.
Vomit. What alcoholic beverage is marketed as the king of beers?
Pass.
Budweiser. In Cockney rhyming slang, what does Harpers and Queens mean?
Pass.
Jeans. What is an animal without a backbone called?
Invertebrate.
It's the correct answer, and we are out of time, I'm afraid. Catherine and Connie, thanks very much for playing. I'll mention it one more time. Connie, lovely blue hair.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing, and please return to your teams. Thank you. Teams, you staked high and you quizzed well, but there can only be one winner of High Stakes 2015. Our series winner is... Worthing College! Congratulations to them. So for the last time, please can I get Worthing College to come and join me in the challenge zone. So commiserations to Richard Taunton College. They got themselves 4 points, but you guys got yourself 9 in the end, so well played. That makes you the high stakes champions for 2015. George, there's the trophy. Lift it up, do whatever you need to do with it. Fantastic stuff. Congratulations to the guys there. Let's give them a round of applause for that. Brilliant stuff. How are you guys feeling at this point?
Ecstatic.
Yeah,
Lovely.
pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, you've done very, very well. And a big thank you to the 6 colleges who have taken part throughout High Stakes. Best of luck to all of you with your studies. I'm Andy Holmes, and this has been High Stakes.